Hello everyone, how are you today? It's been quite some time since I've last come on, had a little chat. But I have some news. I have a big announcement to make, and I thought coming on at lunchtime this Sunday would be a good time to do it. If you're new here or you haven't been around for a while, my name is Eva. I'm the director at the Scottish Yarn Festival, the Scottish Wool Producers Showcase, and last September, it's longer than that now. In September 2023, we also launched our own Scottish provenance yarn brand with Scottish wool. And that's really what I'm wanting to come on and talk to you about today. That said, I am very well aware, because I love your enthusiasm. There have been a lot of private messages and emails recently asking about what's happening with the festival in 2025. Now, the festival is coming back in 2025. Please don't worry about that. We're just living in very changed times these days, and I still have a few other meetings and options to explore before I can commit. And the last thing I want to do is to make an announcement that I then kind of had to change. We did that last year when we lost the Dewar Centre as our venue. And although we were able to kind of stick to the same dates to an extent, it confuses and it muddies matters if I announce something and then it needs to change. So I'm hoping this is going to be the start of a series of announcements that are going to come over the next sort of week or so. Good afternoon. So I am anticipating that hopefully within about a week I will be able to make some sort of an announcement about the festival. And particularly last night, I think, not last night, but over the last 48 hours, I've had three messages in particular from people, and it's just, you know what, I'm feeling very loved, very supported. Yeah, so please don't worry about that. Just, you know, I don't want to rush, make an announcement and then have to change something on it, but it is coming, and I appreciate the people. You know, we welcome people from about 20 different countries every single year to the festival, and I know that the more information I can give you ahead of time so that you can get accommodation and flights and things booked, the better. But my hands are kind of tied on that at the moment, which is why I haven't said anything. But I do have some good news. And I can't give you all the specifics on it yet because I don't have them, but I'm feeling confident that I can share this amazing news with you now. So behind the scenes at the minute, and you may have seen if you're following our social media, I've been having a lot of meetings and going to a lot of meetings and such, particularly over the last sort of week or so. I've been to a meeting where Visit Scotland highlighted the importance of the Scottish Yarn Festival to our regional area in Perthshire, which was incredible because 2025 is our 10th consecutive Scottish Yarn Festival. And to see, you know, to be at a meeting there and be amongst some huge events that take place in the area, some of which, and I won't go into specifics, but, you know, they're generating over £10 million for the local economy. And to see my festival, my baby, up there with these other events was truly humbling and really heartwarming, and the feeling never gets old. And, you know, I'm so grateful for all the support that you've given me over these years to, you know, achieve that level and to continue doing it. It's no small feat. So things like that have been going on, and I've been putting in various applications for things. So if you're involved in the arts sector in Scotland at all, you will know that funding has just basically completely disappeared. Not that we ever qualified for any of that funding, because we are not a charity. We haven't set up as a community sort of thing, a KIC or a limited liability partnership or any of those things. The festival, when it was set up, was kind of set up as a business. It was supposed to be a one-off, and then it hasn't become that. So there aren't these sort of traditional routes of funding out there. Now, some of you that have been on this journey with us for a while will know that last October, so October 23, I did manage to obtain some funding, and that was the Beyond Scotland Markets Fund, and I was able to go out to upstate New York and promote the festival out there. So I was out in the US for a week. It was incredible. I loved every moment. since I've come back, I've just wanted to be back out there. I was made to feel so welcome, and it really did so much for our festival. And when I put that application in, the yarn brand was just like a little twinkle in my eye. And then I had it in my hands, maybe about a month or so, just over a month before we went out to the US. And I couldn't take it out with me because of sort of the import and export and all those sorts of things. Now, the Beyond Scotland Market Grant was open and was available again, so nothing ventured, nothing gained. I put in a business proposal, I put in a marketing proposal, and on Wednesday I got an email telling me that my application had been successful. Now, that funding was only available to the end of the tax year, which meant that whatever it was I was going to do, I was going to have to organise it fairly soon. So I will be going back out in what I'm going to call my US tour in January, so about mid-January. I haven't got my exact itinerary yet, and I haven't booked any flights or accommodation or anything yet until I have got my actual sort of like tour schedule in place. So what I can tell you is I will be in New York City at the time that Vogue Knitting Live is taking place. I have reached out to a couple of businesses there to see if they would be interested in hosting me for like pop-up trunk shows. So that's the purpose of this funding, what I've been awarded it for. But it does benefit the festival in term. I kind of look at the two as being really quite distinct businesses, although they are branded the same. So when we take our yarn out, it's visible everywhere that yarn is, that label is, it's visible. It also promotes the festival and in turn, you know, highlights and supports everyone that sails in that good ship. Thank you, Ellen. You're one of the very, very few people that's known about this that's been going on. So I am utterly, utterly thrilled that this is happening. So probably round about the centre of my visit. So Vogue Knitting Live is taking part. I did think you didn't mean that question mark, Marta. Thank you. Vogue Knitting Live takes place on the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th of January in New York City. So I can say probably with certainty I will be there the last 3 days, of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will be in the city. I'll probably be bookending that with visits, like in-store appearances, for lack of a better phrase, in other places in the US on either side of them. So without announcing what businesses those are yet, because I don't know if they want me to announce it, and because we don't have those exact dates in yet, but I can confirm that I will be at one local yarn store in Chicago, and I will also be in one in New Hampshire. Really excited that, you know, it's not just New York City centric, that I'm going to have these experiences in other places, that there are some of you that follow me. You won't be on this live just now because you'll be sleeping, but you can watch it in the replay. You know, getting the chance to come over and to meet you in person and to have those conversations, to, you know, continue the relationship with various people and designers and tutors and such that I have already met. In the US, getting to expand that, getting to meet you. I will be taking all my samples. So there have been a few people that have been trusted with this news when the application was going in. And like I say, I only got that acceptance on Wednesday that this was going ahead, but people have been helping me come up with samples. So you can imagine how my Socktober went this year. I did not reach any of those goals because I've just been casting on and knitting near enough every spare moment I've got as well to have the best array of items that I can. So to those volunteers who are helping me make samples, thank you. So very appreciated. So I'll be taking as many samples as I can. I'll be there. I will be shipping yarn to these local yarn stores in advance. You will be able to buy it from me while I'm there this time. So it's really exciting. I can't wait to start planning the itinerary. And yeah, as soon as I am able to give you my full tour schedule as to where you can find me and on what dates, I assure you I will. And that information will come out across my social media. It will go out in our newsletter. Yeah, absolutely thrilled for it. And thank you. Thank you, every single one of you, for your belief and your support in this, because without it, none of this would be happening. I think back to what I wanted to do when I was just, a child and a teenager. And my dream was to travel the world and be a professional musician, and play my saxophone and sing. And certainly that's what I studied to do, and that's what my degree's in. And I wish I could go back to, sort of 18, 19, 20-year-old Eva and say, look, you're not going to believe this. But you are actually going to be able to travel. It's not going to be in the same sort of way. You won't be doing it with your music, but you will still be doing it within a creative field. And that's just such an incredible, incredible thing to have and to look forward to. And I don't take any of it for granted. And just thank you. Thank you. I'm going to sign off for just now. I'm going to go back to my sample knitting, and I hope to see many, many of you on my US tour in January. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.